Deep divers, we got a whole lot to talk about. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Can you hear me loud and clear? Deep divers, one love to everybody here. We got a whole lot to talk about. I'm seeing the live chat in real time, deep divers. That's why we're taking it to the next level, deep divers. Can you hear me loud and clear? That's great. That's great. One love to everybody diving deep. You can hear me? That's fantastic. I told you, deep divers, everything I'm doing is next level. Everything I'm doing is next level. Right? We got the live stream down on lock right now. Deep divers, let's just have some fun. One love to everybody. Let's go. Oh, deep divers, shout out to everybody here. We're having fun right now. One love to everybody diving deep. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers. One love to everybody here. We're going to have some fun right now. We're going to have some fun. I'm just, woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby, raising the frequency, raising the vibration, sending you tons of good ass energy today, deep divers. Take that, take that, take that. Get ready, 2021. We're not even going to waste time, deep divers. We're going to dive straight into it. The big surprise that's coming. Shout out to everybody here. So I can see the chat in real time. Much love to Pedra. Much love to Josie, sending love, light, and blessings, Ralph. One love to everybody. The chat's going so fast right now, deep divers. I'm kind of hungry right now, deep divers. I'm kind of hungry right now, deep divers, because nobody's bought me any breakfast right now. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody here. Balwinda, I appreciate that coming in on the 11. Shout out to Josie, sending love, light, and blessings to you, Ralph, and all the collective. Infinite love to everybody, deep divers, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? One love to everybody in the chat, deep divers. So I had to do a live stream with this video because I want to interact with you in real time. A lot of people around the world are starting to wake up. A lot of people around the world are starting to really realize that things are moving fast on the planet. And it's getting urgent because 2021 is going to be a whole different world. And we have to make sure we're prepared for what's coming. We have to make sure we tell our friends and family to be prepared. And most of all, we got to let love guide us, not fear. We got to do that most of all. Let me give a huge shout out to Destiny. Destiny, I appreciate you. I appreciate your Destiny. Destiny McKinney, raising some vibrations, raising the vibration and building our frequency. Shout out to every one of you. One love, loving the vibration. That's what it's about, Destiny. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody here in the chat. It's in live time right now, deep divers. I told you. We stepped up the whole game. Sonia, I appreciate you. Sharon, one love to you. One love to you. Get ready. 2021. A big surprise is coming. So I said on the video before yesterday, they're trying to hide information. They're censoring information. Therefore, hit the like button. Everybody on this live chat right now, make sure you hit that like button. Then we can get started. I'll wait for you. Hit that like button so we can beat the algorithm. Shout out to everybody diving deep once again. One love to everybody. So get ready 2021. I want to tell you this, deep divers. First and foremost, nobody should be in fear right now on the planet. First and foremost, nobody should be afraid right now on the planet. Because if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you already know this matrix is over. It's over. It's finished with. That's why I'm just doing live streams right now and just doing a little samba, baby. Now, let me tell you this. I met someone the other day, deep divers, who was so scared. They were wearing a face mask and they were just terrified. And I looked into their eyes. I looked into their eyes and just realized that they're not the only one. So many millions of people are so terrified on the planet. And that's a frequency you don't want to be in. Hugo, I appreciate that. Shout out to you, Hugo. Weber, I appreciate you. That's a frequency you don't want to be in. You definitely don't want to be in the fear frequency at all. We can see that everything that's happening on the planet seems to all be happening at once. You have the elections. You have vaccinations. You have people wearing face masks. You got borders closed. What's happening? Nobody knows. Not even the cat down the road, deep divers. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Goodness gracious. Now, anytime a lot of things are all happening at once, we got to take a step back and say, what's really going on? You know, what's really going on? I'm never focused on what the media are telling me. I'm always focused on what I'm telling myself every single day. And we got to be more focused on what we're telling ourselves. We got to be more focused on the voice that's coming through us, our intuition, because that's our true guide. And my intuition tells me that in 2021, they're going to take it a step further. Already, what's happening on the planet? We can see that I told you about the health passport. Australia, they just said it. Hey, if you want to come to Australia, you're going to have a digital passport showing that you've had the vaccination. So we have to realize that 2021 it's going to get real. And I'm telling you this right now just to get you ready. that you have to know they're going to go harder in 2021 than right now, because it's all about making sure they have complete power and control over your life. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody in the chat. Deep divers, we're just warming up. I'm in live time, deep divers. I'm in live time, deep divers. I'm in live time, deep divers. Your health is wealth. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Your health is wealth. You are a true light. Thank you for your living purpose. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Your health is your wealth. And that's the secret right there. Right? That's the secret right there, deep divers. Your health is your wealth. We got to remind ourselves of everything that's happening. We got to ask ourselves, how is our mental health right now? Like, deep divers, how is your mental health right now? How is your mental health right now? One thing that ruins people's mental health is when their peace of mind is ruined. And everything that's happening on the planet is designed to ruin your peace of mind. That by 2021 and 2022, they want the majority of people's peace of mind on the planet gone. We got to remind ourselves every single day, deep divers, there are no accidents or coincidences. Everything is happening in divine order. You see, I realized with everything that's happening on the planet, I realize it's happening for a reason. It's happening for a reason. That's why I'm not mad at what's happening. I realize this has to happen, because this is not something that human beings are doing. This is something that the universe is allowing to happen for a reason. Do you remember when this whole thing first started? People said, gosh, I can breathe, Ralph. It's so quiet outside, right? Nature is basically free right now because human beings are in lockdown. They're not cutting down the rainforest. So I want you to remind yourself that there's always something positive you can take away from everything that's happening on the planet. In essence, everything that's happening on the planet right now is actually helping people to wake up. That's the thing, deep divers. Everything that's happening on the planet right now is actually making people wake up. So in actuality, it's a blessing in disguise. What? Slow motion this side. It's actually a blessing in disguise because, you see, they're playing chess. Other people are playing checkers. Now, one love to everybody in the chat. I see all of you. Deep divers, like I told you, this is not about me. It's about you. I want to hear from you because I know you got a lot to tell me. I know you got a lot to say. K Universe, I appreciate you. Thank you, Ralph. You're always dropping gems on us. The chosen ones are rising. Absolutely. Absolutely, K. Absolutely. The chosen ones are rising. Absolutely. You took the words out of my mouth. And that's the big surprise that's coming. That's the big surprise that's coming. You are going to see even more conscious people on the planet in 2021. You are going to see even more people start to wake up in 2021. I actually met someone who's like, Ralph, you know, this whole outbreak got me diving deep, right? Because that's what happens when your whole life is put on a hold. You start to scratch your head and say, what's really happening on the planet? Shout out to everybody in the chat, deep divers. We are the chosen ones. Right now, deep divers, let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm not focused on the elections. I don't care who wins the elections. Why? Because I don't look for another person to lead me. I'm leading myself. What? Slow motion this side. You don't want to be so fixated on what's happening out there. You know, politics is all a pile of tricks. You want to be more focused on what's going on in here. One love to everybody diving deep here. So let me just tell you this, deep divers. I said that a big surprise that's coming is the awakening that's starting to come on the planet already. People are starting to wake up like never before. And it's the signs of the times. You see, you only value your freedom, deep divers. Check this out. You only value your freedom when it's taken away. What? Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. You only value your freedom when it's taken away. Okay? And that's what's happened. This is why a lot of people are starting to scratch their heads and say, what on earth is happening? Because their freedoms are being taken away. Bars are closed all over the world. Pubs are closed all over the world. So now people are unhappy. And when you are unhappy, you start to ask questions. Fabio, I appreciate that. Gratitude, Ralph. I had a very lucid dream. There was a mothership UFO in the sky above. I got startled and woke up. Is this a sign of what's to come? That's a great question. I always say, go with your intuition. You know best. I've had dreams like that. You see, that's why I was saying, urgent, get ready, 2021. A big surprise is coming. Wake up. Oh my gosh, because if you think the world has changed right now, just imagine what it's going to be like next year. And not just in terms of this so-called pandemic, I'm talking about your own life. I'm talking about a lot of people. It's what I call the mass exodus. A lot of people right now, they're getting off the grid. A lot of people right now are starting to realize that I've got to start building my own earth home. I've got to start building my own earth home, right? I've got to start really detaching from this whole system, because this whole system was designed to trap you. You better wake up. You better wake up. I had to wake up, deep divers, right? A big surprise is coming. Now, I told you, deep divers, everything in this matrix is a smoke screen. It's the Maya, it's the illusion. And what I got from a download was that a lot of people are going to get vaccinated next year. A lot of people, even your friends and family, are going to get vaccinated. So the big surprise that's coming for a lot of people who choose that is that they are no longer going to be human. They're going to be something else, but they're no longer going to be human. Now, I want to tell you something, deep divers. Do you know what percentage of communication is body language? It's over 85%. 85% of communication is body language. Do you know what this means? So let's just break it down like this. If you're wearing a face mask 24/7, I can't see you. So how on earth are children going to be able to communicate with each other if they can't see each other? What? Slow motion this side. Right? Look at schools right now, deep divers. What on earth is happening? You see, this is the future they're creating for you and your children. Get ready for 2021 because it's real, deep divers. You better wake up. One love to everybody in the chat, deep divers. I see you. I see you. And I'm reading your comments. I'm reading your comments. M. Low, shout out to you. Thank you, Ralph. You have unknowingly mentored me into a new mindset. I am struggling with detaching from the matrix. Any suggestions? Rip myself away like pulling off a band-aid. Okay, that's a great question, deep divers. People in the chat, you can also answer that. You can also answer that, people in the chat. What I'll tell you is this, Emlo, is that the Matrix is humanity's shadow. That's all it is. The Matrix consists of people that you even know, who hold on to programs and belief systems. I always say it's all BS, belief systems. Belief is the program that runs your reality. So check this out. If you have a hard time with leaving the Matrix, realize that it's okay. It's going to take time, because you got to remind yourself you've spent your entire life inside it. You ain't just going to walk away tomorrow. It's going to take time. See, what I had to do was just say, okay, let me turn off the TV. You see, deep divers, we got to remind ourselves how we were all programmed as children. A lot of us, we were raised on the tell-I vision, which tells lies to your vision. And we really have to start realizing that it's going to take time to wean ourselves off it, to wean ourselves off all of these programs. Look, from the moment you were born, a lot of us, we were just watching the TV. And the media continues till this day, programming all of us. See, the new TV is the internet. So we got to remind ourselves it takes time to deprogram, but you got to learn how to turn off one channel at a time. And then you have to learn how to not be so dependent on the system. One love to everybody in the chat. LM, peace and love. I appreciate the offering. P Mac, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody diving deep. Deep divers, we're just warming up. We're just warming up. We're just warming up. So get ready, 2021. A big surprise is coming. Wake up. So it made me think that, gosh, why is there such a rush to get everyone vaccinated on the planet? Already there was a volunteer in Brazil who passed away, who died, and they still said, we're going to go ahead with it. So I started to realize that there's a reason why they need 7.8 billion people vaccinated immediately. And it's to keep people asleep and keep people trapped in the matrix. One love to everybody diving deep. One love to everybody who's really finding their power right about now. You know, one love to everybody who's finding their power right about now. Let me tell you this, deep divers. Right now, the best thing you can do for yourself is to step into your power. That's the best thing we can all do for ourselves, is to step into our power. You see, the moment I stepped into my power, I had no fears whatsoever. No fears whatsoever. Fear is the greatest energy vampire on the planet, and that's how they control you. And the big surprise that's coming in 2021 is that a lot of people are really going to be at the crossroads to say, actually, am I going to allow fear to continue to consume me? Or am I going to get unplugged? Because there's going to be a big split. Even your own friends and family are going to turn against you. Because you got to remind yourself, the split that's going to come, which I've spoken of, is between the 3D and the 5D. Now check this out. The 3D is all going to be wearing face masks. They're all going to get vaccinated. The 5D is just going to be on the love frequency. So the split is going to become so clear in 2021, where you're going to know who's been chipped, who's been vaccinated, and who hasn't. So that's why I'm telling you to get ready, because it's going to be very clear, very crystal clear what side people are on. And right now, the best thing we can all do is really step into our power right about now. That's the best thing we can all do. One love to everybody diving deep here in the chat, deep divers. We're just having fun right now. It's good seeing everyone in live time. It's good seeing everyone in live time. Let me just say a huge shout out to everybody, and let me just learn gratitude. Let's all give thanks, deep divers. Let's all give thanks. Let's just start with gratitude. What are you grateful for today, deep divers? I want to know. I want to know what you're grateful for today, deep divers. What are you grateful for today? You see, a lot of us, we weren't grateful for freedom, and that's why it got taken away. A lot of us, we weren't grateful for the air we breathe. That's why it got taken away. A lot of people weren't grateful for holding on to their sovereignty. That's why it got taken away. So when we lose gratitude, we also lose our freedom, right? So we got to remind ourselves every single day to express gratitude, because if you take things for granted, even if you take people for granted, one day you're going to wake up and it's not going to be there. One day you're going to wake up and everything you know is going to be changed. So I always say, let's start with gratitude, deep divers. Let's start with gratitude. Let me say a huge shout out to Tika Gilliam. I appreciate that. You helped me to help myself, and I just recently realized it. Everything is so much clearer now. I love you all so much. I'm grateful for being fearless, powerful. I love how you structured that. Are you a writer by any chance? Wonderful. I love that. I love how you put that. Fearless, deep divers. That's so essential. I'm grateful for being fearless. That's powerful right there, deep divers. Let me give a huge round of applause to everyone who made it on the live stream. Absolutely. I'm also grateful for that, deep divers, to be fearless every single day. I'm fearless. Every single day I'm fearless, because fear is the biggest thief in the world. What does fear do? Fear steals your happiness. What else does fear do? Fear steals your peace of mind. How many times have you been afraid, deep divers, you can't sleep? How many times have you been worried? You're tossing and turning in bed. How many times have you been in fear and you can't smile anymore? Right? Why is everyone so serious right now? Right? That's what fear does. But you said it so beautifully. I'm fearless, right? Fearless, deep divers, fearless. One love to everybody in the chat, deep divers. So much good energy in the chat. And that's what it's all about right now. That's exactly what it's all about. I realize, deep divers, we got to realize this first and foremost. We got to realize this first and foremost, that a lot of people thought I was joking when I said they want you in lockdown for the next 18 months. I said that back in March when this thing first happened. People thought I was just joking around. But what's happening? It seems like everything I was saying is happening because I'm able to see things before they happen. That's what happens when you're tuned into yourself. You can see everything. And I had to bring you this message. Get ready, 2021, a big surprise is coming. Wake up, oh my gosh. Because a lot is coming fast, deep divers. And you better be prepared for it. You better be prepared for your own family to turn against you. You heard the expression, the black sheep of my family, right? Well, what's going to happen? Because you already know, deep divers, sometimes you go to the supermarket and you forget your face mask and everyone's looking at you kind of strange, like, where's your face mask? Now you feel bad. You feel like the odd one out. Well, in 2021, it's going to be like everyone's got the vaccine. And if you don't have one, you're the odd one out. So we want to remind ourselves that the best thing we can all do is stay united, because a lot of people aren't going to make it. A lot of people, their souls are going to be trapped in the 3D, the third dimension alone. And a lot of other people, they'll be flying high in the fifth dimension, doing a little samba, baby, with a cat down the road. One love to everybody in this chat. Deep divers, I see you. Once again, this is not my show. It's the people's show. It's the people's show. Ralph, I'm grateful for being able to realize that I'm an infinite being. Also, are you ever going to rap again? I love until it's gone. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Triple Diamond for Breeze for the offering. Hey, I got bars, right? I'm still rapping. I'm still singing, right? I'm still doing a little samba, baby. Absolutely. That was the one thing that happened to me, because a lot of people may or may not know I'm a producer as well. So I'm a musician as well. I play the guitar. I sing, I rap. I'm always making music. I just don't put it out, but I'm going to start putting it out. I'm going to start putting it out, right? Because it's time, right? Well, that's the thing as well. We got to remind ourselves that music is going to change in 2021, because it's already starting to change in 2020. Have you noticed that? You noticed that, deep divers, the music has changed since everything that's happened? Because now the day of reckoning has come. You have a lot of artists all of a sudden saying, hey, I'm so conscious right now. They want to plant their own fruits and vegetables. They're like, I'm the chosen one, right? But before 2020, they were just ignorant. Now everyone's waking up, right? The reason why you're having even mainstream artists starting to wake up is because they realize that, hey, with the way the world is going, the ignorance they were carrying out on the planet is no longer valid, because people are starting to wake up. People are starting to wake up. People are starting to ask the questions. And that's why a lot of people are starting to say, actually, I no longer want to deceive people. I want to help people. I want to be a positive force in the universe. Can we do that, deep divers? One love to everybody diving deep. Deep divers, I'm in a good mood. I got some new shoes, right? I didn't really, that just sounds good. Holly McLean. I appreciate you, Holly. Hi, Ralphie. I love when you call me Ralphie. I love it when you call me Ralphie, right? One love to all. I always feel divinely led. I said a long time ago I wanted to start my own country. Well, people laughed at me, so my vibes kept telling me to search, and guess what? Tupac said the exact same thing I did. One love to you. One love to you. You can start your own country, but you can go one step further to realize that we don't even need countries. You see, how they've controlled you in this matrix is to say, hey, you're a race, you're a religion, you're a country, you're a nationality. You got to ask yourself, mind you, why they banned the song Imagine. Okay, John Lennon wrote a song called Imagine back in the day, and they banned that entire song. The reason why they banned John Lennon's song Imagine was because he said, imagine there's no countries. Just the thought of that alone had to be censored, because if enough people start imagining that, they can start creating that reality. In other words, live in love and peace. But you see, that's on the cards. A lot of people are starting to wake up. They're starting to get out of the programs. You see, everything in this matrix is there to control you and divide you. You had the whole Black Lives Matter thing. I did a few videos on that, but I got to tell you, deep divers, that's still a program. Because I told you, I've never seen a black person in my entire life. I've never seen a white person in my entire life. Race is a concept which was created by Blumenbach in 1795. Race itself is an illusion. There's only one race on the planet, and it's called the human race. You see, racism is an attitude from a program. Race is an illusion. And this is how they divided human beings at the start of the year. So we have to remind ourselves that we don't want to be caught up in these little debates. Which country is better than the next country? Which race is better than the next race? Because trust me, there are only human beings and other entities. That's all. You see, the higher you go up the pyramid, what you realize is that the people who are controlling your ass, they don't care about race. They don't care about religion. They don't care about anything. They only care about one thing. The only thing they care about is power. That's the only thing they care about. And because they only care about one thing, they can work on their goals a lot better than most people can. Because most people at the bottom, they're arguing about race, about religion, about all kind of things in the matrix, government, who to vote for. But the people on top of the pyramid, they create the illusions for you to live in. What? Slow motion this side. One love to everybody in the chat. Deep divers, that was a great question, Holly. I appreciate that. You came with a high frequency, baby. You came with a high frequency. Let me give a huge shout out to Jay Millie. Jay Millie, one love to you, brother. Ralph, much love from Humboldt County, California. I just want to escape to my own piece of land with my garden and an earth home, but it seems like you have a matrix job, income to pay for it. Help. That's a great question. You see, I was always asking myself this same question. How can we be free of the matrix and still make it? There's something called being in the world, but not of the world. There's something that's called being in the world, but not of the world. I live in the world, but I'm not of the world, right? So we got to remind ourselves that you have to learn how to move in a room full of vultures. You have to learn how to move in a room full of snakes. You have to learn how to move in a room full of deception. You have to learn how to play the game. Because that's what this all is. It's all a game. It's all a stage show. It's all an illusion. And when you realize that they created this monopoly game, which has a lot of people working every single day, and they don't have any time for themselves. So instead of hating the game, you have to learn how to be a master player and become player one. What? Slow motion this side. You see, when you realize that this whole entire thing is a simulation, Elon Musk even said it. When you realize this is a kind of simulation, you realize that this is nothing more than a video game reality. That means you can be any person you want in the game. You can be anyone you want in the game. And that's why the people who are creating all of these rules and regulations, they know this. They know this is all an illusion. So what they do is that they control the game. The only way for you to step outside of their game is to create your own game. Now you create your own rules. In other words, you become the architect of your own reality. What? Slow motion this side. You got to learn how to create your own game. You see, right now we're living in a great time because the internet has come. You can start your own online business. It's easy to do. Little tip for you. You can start writing ebooks. You can start writing ebooks. You can do a coaching course online. There are so many options right now to thrive in the new world because of the internet. People no longer have to drive miles and miles just to sit in a lousy office job. They can actually create from a beach on their laptop and still make it. So remind yourself that the internet is a tremendous force, tremendous power we can all utilize to make work for us. That's the whole thing. Rich people don't work, they supervise. What? Slow motion this side. One love to everybody in the chat. Deep divers, I told you, I'm here for you. TN936, shout out to you. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, not humans having a spiritual experience, peace, light, and love. And you said it right there. You said it right there. I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, not humans having a spiritual experience. And that's a big surprise that's coming. A lot of people are now starting to realize it slowly. It's going to take time, but a lot of people are starting to wake up because of everything that's happened is served as a catalyst to open people's eyes to say, actually, who am I? What am I? Because if you look at a human being, we have to all ask ourselves, what were we designed to do? Were we born just to wear face masks? You got to remind yourself, deep divers, they're taking valuable time of your life. They're taking precious time of your life. This whole COVID-19 thing is a big distraction. You got your own life to live. Ain't nobody got time for this. You should be traveling, exploring, creating, inventing. But everything in this matrix was designed to keep you away from your power. So don't worry about that. Just learn how to be the master on the chessboard. And like my old chess teacher said, Ralph, to win chess, you always have to think one step ahead. What? Slow motion this side. We always got to think one step ahead, deep divers. Shout out to everybody diving deep. Like I said, deep divers, we're having fun today. Ryan Tomlinson, I appreciate you, Ryan. What is your opinion on video games? And do you think video games are low vibration and can affect growth? That's a great question. You see, I used to play video games. I used to love playing video games. I feel that it opens you up to a whole new world when you're playing video games. I could literally live in video game world. But if I did that, I wouldn't be able to create these kind of videos. You see, video games are there for people to create fantasy realities. But at the same time, they can also empower you. A lot of people right now have become empowered by playing video games. But also, we have to remind ourselves, a lot of people are no longer concerned about what's happening around them because they're plugged into virtual reality. And that's how they control people in the Matrix. They create these games. Notice this, right? A lot of the video games are about violence, right? Call of Duty, it's all about violence. So if young people are playing the video games, I remember playing Resident Evil, taking a shotgun and blowing a zombie's brains up, right? So as a young child, we're all exposed to this violence from video games. But video games themselves can actually help us if it's the right game. It all depends what you're playing and what you're creating. But if you're just shooting people, that's not too positive. And we got to remind ourselves to be focused on what's happening around us, because they're locking down the planet and a lot of people don't even know because they're playing video games all day. One love to everybody here, deep divers. Chris K, I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody here. So well, that's the thing. Absolutely, Jess. A lot of video games aren't just about violence. No. A lot of video games can actually help you. You have to make sure you're playing the right ones for you. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody in the chat. Deep divers, I'm seeing you in real time. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Hi, Hempress, let's go. Destiny McKinney, one love to you. One love to everybody here. So many amazing deep divers here. So many wonderful deep divers here. Hi, Hempress, shout out to you. Thank you so much, Ra. That's the sun god, right? The Egyptian sun god, Ra. R-A, baby. Thank you so much, Ra, for speaking your truth and helping me find my own. I love you. Take that, take that. Take that. One love to you, High Empress. Shout out to you. So many beautiful souls here, deep divers. And this always gives me hope. I always know that this is the reason why something great is coming for those who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. You got to remind yourself of this, deep divers. The plan was to make sure you never woke up. The plan was to make sure you never woke up. That was the entire plan. But you see, that plan is coming undone. That spell is coming undone. It's being broken every single day. Millions of people are starting to wake up because of what's happening. You see, I told you, when you are very egotistical, let me just give you a little analogy. Let's just say you're the ruler of a whole country and you own everyone inside of it. Now you get very complacent. And that's what's happened. With everything that's happening right now, a lot of people are starting to say things aren't making sense. And that's because that's what happens when people who have been in power for so long get complacent. They make mistakes. One of the big mistakes they made, the inorganic ones, was to rush everything so fast. Big mistake. When you rush things like saying, hey, we need a vaccine by December, by January, by next year, early next year, when you do that, it backfires. Because now people are saying, wait a minute, it doesn't even make sense. It's not even scientifically sound. You know, first of all, this whole COVID-19 virus has not even been isolated. The test they're using for it, PCR test, was not designed to test for COVID-19 at all. But you don't hear me though. Don't worry about it. A lot of people are waking up. Love is the highest vibration in the universe. Absolutely. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody here. Destiny McKinney, I appreciate you. I appreciate the offering. I am the chosen one here in California, where the wildfire has chased the wild animals out of their habitat. A bobcat was staring at me, and I was on my late night journey in the neighborhood, grateful. That's powerful, right? You see, that's why I do the live streams, deep divers. Let me give a huge round of applause to the wonderful, magnificent Destiny McKinney. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, deep divers. See, that's why I do the live streams, because you ain't going to get stories like this anywhere else, right? That's wonderful. That's fantastic to hear. Fantastic to hear. Fantastic to hear that you saw a bobcat staring at you. You see, these are the signs of the times, deep divers. You already know what's happening in California. Wildfires, right? Wildfires. What's happening in California? See, these are the signs of the times that we've overrun the planet. LA is a city of angels, right? It's where people go and try and make it in Hollywood. Madonna said everyone wants to go to Hollywood, right? They want to make it in the neighborhood. But Hollywood is burning right now. This is all symbolic. California is on fire. Wildfires everywhere. Wildfires everywhere. I told you, you better get ready for 2021. It's already getting real out here. But you don't hear me though. See, there's a reason why there's wildfires in California. There's a reason why all of this is happening. Because right now, it's the end times. It's the end times on the planet. Mother Nature's like, hey, humans, this is a wake-up call. You better get your act together. Because you see, when you realize this, deep divers, first and foremost, when you realize that we are approaching the 6th mass extinction on the planet, and whenever that happens, wildfires happen. In other words, Mother Nature is cleansing itself and destroying everything in its path. Burning down houses, trees, all kind of things. Because I told you, Scorpio season right now, Kali is coming back. The goddess of sexuality and destruction. It's time to burn all of this so a whole new earth can be built. One love to everybody, deep divers. You are appreciated. Everybody who's on this chat, hit the like button, please. Because they are trying to hide these videos which are exposing COVID-19 and everything that's happening. Hit the like button if you're on this live. That way we can beat the algorithm. Other people can see it. If you're on this live, hit the like button right now. And shout out to everybody on the chat. Much love to everybody. Deep divers, we're having fun right now. Let me give a huge shout out to Shania Spinelli. I love the name. That's an alliteration right there. Shania Spinelli. I appreciate you. So much love to you, Ralph. I thank the universe for your placement, which enabled me to step into my power and the collective of love and light. Ashe, my brother, peace to you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And that's how we all get out of all of this, right? We all got to step into our power right now. We all got to step into our power right now. You see, for a long time, deep divers, I really tried to make it work in the Matrix, because you got to remind yourself, when I first started on the life journey, I wasn't awake like I'm awake right now. I had to really go into the matrix. I had to really go into the belly of the beast to really know what it's like. And that was the catalyst for my awakening. So the reason why I was lost was because I wasn't stepping into my power. I was always going outside of myself. And that's why a lot of people are going to be in for a rude awakening, because one day they're going to wake up and realize, I feel so powerless to what's happening. See, when you're not connected to yourself, when this happens on the planet, that's right, all of a sudden, you don't know what's happening. This is a lot of people right now on the planet. They don't know what's happening, because when you're plugged into the machine, when you are plugged into the machine, you just do whatever you're told. That's all you do. When you are plugged into the machine, you don't have a mind of your own. Someone says, hey, Mother Nature is dangerous for you. What happens? What happens? Okay, I can't breathe right now because Mother Nature is dangerous. This is all biowarfare. It's all biowarfare. So a lot of people, this could be your friend or your family member right here. Even though they feel sick, they're still doing it. And that's what happened in Jonestown when Jim Jones got his whole congregation to drink the Kool-Aid, which was laced with cyanide. And that was the largest mass suicide in US history. That's exactly what's happening on the planet. People inhaling their own toxins, wondering why they got headaches. Right? Shout out to everybody diving deep right about. One love to everybody here. Isolation. Isolation. You know, that's what a lot of this is about as well. It's about isolation. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Juliana, I see you. I see you, Juliana. Shout out to you. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody on this chat. So many amazing souls. Let me give a huge shout out to Juliana, 86. Thank you for sharing your truth with us without judgment of anything. Keep shining. Keep your mouth full of grapes, diving deep since 2016. And I'm so excited for what's next. Oh, baby. Love you. Shout out to Juliana, 86. And that's powerful, what you just said, because that's what it's all about. Sharing your truth with us without judgment of anything. And that's what I always do. I'm always neutral. Like I said, even people who are still plugged in, I always have compassion, because let's face it, we've all been there, right? We've all been there once upon a time, and we know what it's like. But now, thank goodness, people are starting to wake up. It's been a long time coming. Have you heard the song? It's been a long time coming, but change gonna come. Change gonna come, baby. It's about time. It's about time. It's about time. One love to everybody here. Let me give a huge shout out to Sierra Mora, the wonderful Sierra Mora. I appreciate you, Sierra. I support and appreciate you and all the deep divers around the world. 2020 has showed everyone the importance of the circle of life. Balance and order is being restored. The laws of my art is coming back. Absolutely. the wonderful Sierra Mora, such a wonderful soul. Shout out to her. So many amazing deep divers here. Deep divers, deep divers, deep divers. Let me give a huge shout out to Lynn Winters. Thank you, Lynn. I love you. Grateful, thankful, blessed, and encouraged always for this positive energy and voice. One love all. I appreciate you, Lynn. I appreciate everybody here in the chat as well. We will not be vaccinated. Ralph, who are you voting for? See, a lot of people say that, Ralph. I say vote for love. I'm voting for love right now. I'm voting for love. I'm voting for freedom as well. I'm voting for sovereign beings who can wake up every single day and feel empowered. You know, because truly we came here to really enjoy ourselves. You know, they want to turn your whole existence into a living nightmare. When in actuality, the whole of your existence should be a meditative state where you're free. And we have to always remind ourselves of this every single day. One love to everybody here in the chat. Deep divers, I see you. We're just doing a little samba, baby. We're just doing a little samba, baby. So, a big surprise, deep divers. I started to realize that a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people have become detached from themselves. A lot of people have become detached from themselves. And this is because a lot of people right now on the planet, are simply not in touch with who they really are. A lot of people right now are not in touch with who they really are. And I want to remind you, something is happening. When you see a lot of people walking around, not looking at anyone else, just walking straight in a hurry with a face mask on, this shows you what's happening. What's happening? Dehumanization is happening on the planet. See, a lot of humans are slowly becoming dehumanized. Who wears face masks, deep divers? Only criminals and bandits. And that's how they see you. One love to everybody diving deep once again. I want to also say, deep divers, Mariella, I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody here. I want to tell you some good news. Let me tell you some good news, deep divers. The good news I see with everything that's happening is that now it's crystal clear. Because if you don't know, if you can't see what's happening on the planet, I don't know where you've been hiding, maybe under a rock somewhere. Right now, it's in your face. And the ancients always said that when old Earth is finished and new Earth is getting created, many people will try and keep people trapped in the old Earth, which is the old paradigm of fear, slavery. And it's happening right now where everything is at supersonic speed. Everything is a big rush to control people. And right now, a lot of people, this has served as a massive catalyst to make people find their power right now on the planet. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people are stretching out their hands A lot of people are decalcifying their pineal gland. A lot of people are no longer tuning into misinformation. A lot of people are no longer tuning into lies. Instead, they are tuning into the truth. And this is why right now it's a great time to be alive, because now we're seeing it all go down, deep divers. Budge up, get your popcorn ready. One love to everybody here in the chat, deep divers. You are appreciated. We won. Absolutely. Rainbow children won. You see, there's a reason why. And the big surprise that's coming is that this is not going to go the way they want. You see, in actuality, people were not supposed to have any problems with what was going on. But the reason why people do have a problem is because we're entering the age of Aquarius. We're leaving the age of Pisces. We're entering the age of Aquarius. So now it's impossible to control 7.8 billion people. I don't care who you are. It's impossible because now information is out there. They're going to try, but it's impossible. So it's inevitable that millions of people will wake up. Millions of people will find their power. Millions of people will be free in 2021. That's the big surprise that's coming. You see, what they're trying to do is show you a world of vaccinations. And I always say, whatever you focus on creates your reality. And we have to remind ourselves that doesn't have to be our reality. Not my reality at all. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody on the live. You are appreciated, deep divers. I want to give a special shout out to Know Thyself. Thank you so much for the offering. Know Thyself 77. Shout out to you. I'm grateful to have found your video when I was in search 7 years ago. I'm now more grateful to see an entire vibe tribe. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. An entire vibe tribe grow to millions. Now it all makes sense. Oh, I like that as well. Now it all makes sense. As we, the chosen ones, rise to our purpose. Much love to you, Ralph. And DD's one love. And deep divers. That's a beautiful message. You see, deep divers, that's what I always say. So many wonderful deep divers here. So many amazing deep divers here. And let me give a huge special shout out to Holly McLean. I appreciate that, Holly. Thank you so much, Holly, coming in on the 11/11. Hi, Ralphie. One love to all. I always feel divinely led. I always feel divinely led. I said a long time ago I wanted to start my own country. Well, people laughed at me. Keep being you, Holly. Shout out to Holly McLean. Know Thyself 77. That's such a powerful message. Thank you for bringing that message. Such a powerful message. So needed right now. So needed. You see, as I see it, deep divers, there's a book called One World, Many Realities. One World, Many Realities. And when you realize this, you start to realize why even some people in your own family don't get it. Sometimes even your close friends don't get it. And you're like, hey, but look, and they still don't get it. So how come you get it and they don't get it? How come I get it and other people don't get it? Because we have to remind ourselves that everyone is coming in with different information in this holographic universe. Everyone is coming in with different information based on their past life incarnations. And that's why some young people are wiser than some old people. What? Slow motion this side. That's why some young people are very awake because they're not young. They're actually old souls in young bodies. And right now, I know for a fact that a lot of people are coming back right now just to help humanity get through this time. Shout out to all the chosen ones. Shout out to all the people who know what's up. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody here. Absolutely. Kingdom Child Moments, shout out to you. I appreciate you. It's time to celebrate chosen ones. Thank you, Ralphie. Absolutely. It's time to celebrate deep divers. That's why, I got my dancing shoes on. Deep divers. We're doing a little samba, baby. Absolutely. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Right now, more than ever, with what's happening on the planet and what they want for you in 2021 is an Orwellian state based on control, subjugation, and submission. Therefore, we have to be aware that if you don't fight for your freedom, if you don't have time to fight for what you want, you will have time to cry for what you lost. What? Slow motion this side. If you don't have time to fight for what you want, which is freedom, love, just living in peace, you will have time to cry for what you lost. And that's why it's getting urgent on the planet, because you see, they don't sleep. And you have to ask yourself, what motivates them? What motivates the inorganic ones to control the whole planet, to lock down the whole planet, to vaccinate the whole planet? Because they know a few things. One thing they know is that human beings are extremely powerful. Do you know that a human being can power an entire city electrically? Human beings are so powerful that there are many human beings amongst us. You who are on this live chat, you are one of them. I'm one of them. Nikola Tesla was one of them. Do you know that Tesla created free energy? And he wanted to give free energy to all human beings on the planet. Edison said, hey, let's charge people instead. So you have to remind yourself that we have everything we need on this planet, and it's for free. And we have to remind ourselves that this is the truth that's been hidden from so many of us, that we're actually living in a reservoir of energy, a reservoir of infinite energy. There's enough food to go around. There's enough resources for everyone on the planet, tenfold. So we have to never be afraid of anything, because this planet is abundant beyond measure. And what they've actually done is to create a mindset of scarcity. Scarcity is very similar to fear. Let me give a huge shout out to Wise177 Deep Divers. Like I say, let's give gratitude. You support me, I support you. What is it? You support me, I support you. Let me give a huge shout out to Wise1Angel77. I appreciate that. Wise177 Angel, shout out to you. Ralph, lead a mass protest. You have followers. I'll be frontline with you. We need a worldwide revolution. People united is the only way. Absolutely. 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 I'll be doing a whole global meditation because I truly feel that, and this is what Osho said as well, right? There's a difference between revolution and rebellion. What's the difference between revolution and rebellion? Revolution is about fighting the system, going outside. Rebellion is about reforming yourself on the inside. And that's the most powerful revolution. What? Slow motion this side. See, the greatest way you can protest is to simply not comply with what's happening. Is to simply take back your power. See, now you're powerful. And I always say, instead of attacking what you hate, start promoting what you love. Instead of attacking what you hate, start promoting what you love. Make sure what you love preoccupies the majority of your mind every single day. One love to everybody here. Shout out to everybody who's just diving deep, deep divers. You know, let's just loosen up a bit and let's just dance. Rebel with a cause. Shout out to everybody here. You see, we're living in a frequency war. And when you align with the right frequencies, like I said, the name of the game is alignment. You have to be in alignment with your reality and not theirs. How do I align with my reality? I just do a real samba, baby. This is the song I made, Deep Divers, just to do a little samba. Let's go. We're just raising the frequency, deep divers. That's all. That's all. See, that's the solution to everything. Make sure, like I say, I'm enjoying myself in everything I do. I'm always doing a little samba, baby. See, I speak fluent Portuguese. I've been to Brazil twice, so that's why I'm always saying samba. And I want to tell you about that trip, deep divers. When I was younger, well, actually after university, I'm still young. I said, hey, I'm going to Brazil. So I went to Rio de Janeiro, Salvador Bahia, Fortaleza, Recife, all around, all the states. I just packed my bags and just hopped on a plane. Best time of my life. What I realized is that there are so many places in the world people don't know about. And we have to remind ourselves that this is where we find our power. When we realize, first and foremost, that we are all here to be free beings. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody in the chat, deep divers. I see you once again. Shout out to everybody here. Mia, I appreciate you. Shout out to Mia. Amuri. One love and infinite peace and blessings to all the deep divers. These times are getting dark, but there will always be light, and the light always overcomes the dark. I like that. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mia with a powerful reminder, deep divers. You see, we have to be honest about what's happening on the planet. That absolutely, you know, things are getting urgent on the planet. You see, you got the rush for vaccinations, you got all kinds of things. But just like Mia said, light always overcomes the dark. Now, I want to go one step further because I'm a deep diver. In actuality, light doesn't actually overcome the darkness, because light comes from the darkness. What? Slow motion this side. Right? But we have to remind ourselves that it's about balance. You need dark and you also need the light. We have to remind ourselves that we have to move beyond duality of good and bad, light and dark. Always. We have to make sure we're always reminding ourselves that this whole battle between good and evil, light and dark, has always been around. And it's always going to be around, because it's nothing more than your shadow. And when you can learn that, now you transcend the duality of everything. In other words, you enter into oneness. So the big surprise that's coming is that people are going to be learning how to do that more. They're going to be learning how to address the shadow side. You see, you can't fight darkness. It's always there. You have to merge with it. Stop it, Ralph. Slow motion this side. What did you say, Ralph? I said you can't fight darkness. You cannot fight darkness. You have to merge with it. You see, that's what happened in the film The Matrix. Neo actually goes inside of Agent Smith, and then he expands. So that's symbolic of him integrating the dark side with the light side. Oh, we just went deep there, deep divers. Oliver, I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mental Hack. Shout out to everybody here, deep divers. We're just having fun. I'm just warming up right now. Mental Hack, shout out to you. I need you to drop that high vibration. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. Oliver, shout out to Oliver. Shout out to everybody here. One thing I want to remind you of, and this is what I had to learn myself. Once again, if you're on this live chat, make sure you hit the like button, because they've been hiding videos from the algorithms on YouTube. So to beat the algorithm, hit the like button so people can see this and share it. Make sure you hit the like button right now. We got a whole lot to talk about, deep divers. A big surprise is better than no surprise. A big surprise is better than no surprise. I want to remind you of one thing, deep divers. A lot of us, we believe in celebrities. And this is part of, this ties into what's happening on the planet. A lot of us, we believe other people are more superior to ourselves. Whether it's a famous celebrity, a singer, an actor, when in actuality, they're just like you. There's no difference between human beings. And how they actually created the division was through celebrity. And they do it all the time. This person is a big celebrity. When in actuality, they are no different than you. They're no different than you. So always remind yourself of that every single day, that celebrities are just people. Celebrities are just people. Celebrities are just people. And people like Jim Carrey has already come out and said it. He said, I hope everyone would get rich and realize it's not the solution to all of their problems. You gotta remind yourself that you're not going to be able to take any of this with you. You know, Bill Hicks said it best when he said, it's just a ride. So this is why a great awakening is happening, because a lot of people who once were chasing the fame, all of that stuff, and now saying, actually, it's not even worth it. Do you think I care about fame, deep divers? I told you, there are no celebrities. Fame is an illusion. Celebrity is an illusion. And when we begin to realize this, we realize that there are only human beings on the planet. And right now, we all have to be free. That's the only thing. One love to everybody here who's just joining us. All you need is love, absolutely. All you need is love. Wolf Mother, I appreciate you. All you need is love, absolutely. That's all we ever need. You see, if you walk around, even if you go on public transport, this is what you'll see. And we have to realize that this is part of social engineering. If you do something for 28 days, that's all, 28 days, just 28 days. If you do something for 28 days, it creates a new neural pathway. In other words, you create a new habit. In other words, it becomes a new normal. What? Slow motion this side. So you have to realize that as a psychologist, I'll tell you, it's very easy to change people's behavior. All you have to do is change their habits. And get ready, 2021. A lot of people are going to have a whole lot of new habits. For good and for bad and for ugly. And we have to be prepared for this, that a lot of people are going to fight you to get vaccinated. I don't think you heard me. I said some people are going to fight you to get vaccinated. I don't think you heard me. I said some people are going to fight you to get vaccinated. You are going to have police, or what I call COVID-19 police officers, who are going to be making sure you're masked up and your children are masked up. Now, that's only one side of the reality. For those who are awake, like I say, 28 days to form a habit. If you've spent 28 days out of the matrix, you're on your way to being unplugged. You're on your way to being unplugged. And that's why a lot of people, they're taking a break from social media. You know, sometimes I take breaks from social media. I don't check my phone, and I come back, I see my phone, it's got like 100 messages. People are like, Ralph, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I just took a break from the phone. Like, can I just put my phone down for like a few seconds? And when you learn how to do that just for 28 days, and this is the solution. This is the solution. When you can learn how to not just be controlled by this artificial technology, now you're creating a new habit to free your ass from the matrix. And that's the big surprise that's coming, where a lot of us, we're no longer just going to rely on our iPhone. We're actually going to be meeting people in real life and forming real connections. What? Slow motion this side. You see, the habit I had to make, deep divers, and how I freed myself, because once again, every 28 days, if you keep doing something, you form a new habit, a new neural pathway. So a habit I had for a long time, as soon as I would wake up, I would check my phone. I said, hey, this is not a good habit. So now I never check my phone as soon as I wake up. What am I doing? I'm going for a walk with a cat down the road. I'm in nature. I'm doing other stuff. And trust me, it's a whole level of freedom you get, whole new lease of life. When as soon as you wake up, you don't just check your phone. You go outside, you go into nature, you go meet a friend, you go to the beach, you do something, you go hiking. Now you realize that actually, I don't even need this thing as soon as I wake up. Right? So that's a solution. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody here. Deep divers were just warming up. We got all day. We got all day to talk. We got all night to talk. I'm just warming up, baby. We ain't going anywhere, deep divers. Warren T, shout out to you. Thank you, my alien brother, for spreading a positive message and helping people awaken from the system that destroys them. Woo. Thank you, my alien brother. I appreciate you. Absolutely. And that's how it is. Like, you know, a lot of people right now are starting to realize that that's what the system is doing to them. You know, it's destroying them. And right now, we all have to make sure we stay free. We all have to make sure we're not afraid. We all have to make sure we're uniting with each other. You know, we all got to take a trip to nature. That's all we got to do. Be in front of a waterfall. That's all we got to do. Start to smile again. That's all we got to do. I know you got a smile inside of you, deep divers. Let me see it. You see, how can you do this if you're doing this? Can you see? Let me just show you the difference in vibrational frequency between that and this. See, one is life and the other one is just existing. And that's huge. See, one is life, one is just existing. Shout out to everybody here, deep divers. I appreciate you. Everybody in the chat. Once again, this is not my show, it's your show. Cherry Blossom, I appreciate you. Shout out to Cherry Blossom. Shout out to Cherry Blossom. I cannot thank you enough for all your help over the years, Ralph. Much love. I appreciate you, Cherry. Shout out to Cherry Blossom. You are appreciated, Cherry. And I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who is on this live stream. Everyone who's awakening right now. Huge shout out to you. we need to learn how to smile again. You know, I've seen a lot of people. Actually, I haven't seen anybody because I can't see them, you see. And a lot of the times, like I said, over 85% of communication is nonverbal. I don't think you heard me. I said over 85% of communication is nonverbal. So what happens if children, because this is for the children, this is for the babies, this is for the young ones, what happens if they are programmed to just wear this? You see, if children are unable to see their facial expressions, they're going to lose a part of their humanity. They're going to lose a part of being human if they cannot identify each other's facial expressions. And we have to remind ourselves of that first and foremost. That in 2021, if people continue the way they've been continuing, people are going to become desensitized. It's already happening. Not only that, people are going to start to lose empathy. That vaccine, the one they can't be liable for, it attacks chromosome 8, which deals with empathy. So they want to take away your empathy. They want a world without people. Exactly. They want a world without human beings, right? They want a world where people don't feel anything. And right now, this is the greatest chance for humanity to really reconnect back to who they really are. You see, this is what we came to do on the planet, to really have higher states of existence, to have better experiences, more fulfilling experiences. This is what we came to do on the planet. And if we aren't doing it, we're being robbed of our own life experience. So I always say, make sure you are in your power every single day. Because in 2021, it's going to get real out here. And I'm just giving you a thumbs up, a heads up to say, hey, get prepared, get ready. 2021, a big surprise is coming. A lot of your friends and family will change. A lot of people around you will be so fixated on just believing everything they're told. One love to everybody diving deep. Once again, deep divers, let's give thanks. Let's start with gratitude. I want to give a shout out to Living the Dream. Shout out to Living the Dream. I appreciate you. I appreciate you living the dream. Started my channel because of you. Thank you, Ralph. I appreciate you. The chosen ones are here to wake the world, to wake up the world, and we will win. The time is now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Living the dream. You just said it right there. Oh, we're about to get ready to rumble right now. We're about to get ready to rumble right now.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Started my channel because of you. Thank you, Ralph. I appreciate you. The chosen ones are here to wake the world up, and we will win. The time is now. Absolutely. It is now. And this is what gives me hope every single day, to see other people who get it, other people who are starting to wake up, other people who are starting to do their own research. See, I always say, never take my word for it. Always do your own research. Always make sure you have a mind of your own. You see, I was learning about the wrong thing my entire life. And a lot of people don't have time to do their own research. Because I told you, the people that control this matrix, they create time. Right? They create time. Look, to prove they create time, the clocks just went back, right? They could move the clocks back. They could move the clocks forward. Which shows you time is an illusion. Because we can put it an hour back, or we can put it an hour forward if we want. So we have to remind ourselves that we have to learn how to take back our time, which is our attention, which is where we place our focus on, where we give our attention all the time. We have to be aware of where we give our attention at all times. Shout out to everybody here. And like I say, deep divers, a big solution for everything is to learn that right about now, deep divers, it is truly time to start supporting people who are doing things. Start supporting people who are helping other people. Start supporting people who are writing independent books, making documentaries. Start supporting people like that. Start supporting people who are sharing posts on Instagram or YouTube or any of these places, because we are all we have. You see, the reason why they can lock down the planet and all of these things is because they support each other. They support each other. See, countries all around the world support each other to enslave the masses. But now it's time for people to support other people. Because that's the only way out. That's the only way out. Shout out to everybody diving deep once again. So many. Oh, shout out to Jessica White. And that's how I started deep diving. See, we go back to my garden times, right? Jessica White, shout out to Jessica White. Used to listen to you when you filmed in London in Mum's garden. Haven't seen you for ages. The nostalgia is real. Didn't realize I missed you. Well, now you know you miss me. You miss me. That's how it is, deep divers. I always want to tell you this, that Tito Mali, I appreciate that. I had humble beginnings. Like Jessica just said, I started in my mom's garden when I was just a young teenager. I'm still young, deep divers. But I started when I was young. And we're still here. We're still going strong. Infinite Waters keeps expanding every single day. So I'm proof it's possible. I'm proof that millions of people are waking up. I'm proof that change is here. See, a lot of people are now realizing they got to make a choice, because it's reaching the point of no return. You can choose to be a cyborg. You can choose to get vaccinated. You can choose to have all your freedom taken away from you. Or you can choose to say, we ain't having it. It's that simple. Shout out to everybody here on the chat. And I'm just enjoying to connect with deep divers in real time, deep divers. Turn off the internet after the live stream. Shout out to you, Ozzy. Thank you. You helped me see the actual light. I appreciate you. And you just said that. You see, why don't they teach meditation in schools? Because when you connect with who you are, you realize you don't need everything in this matrix. And that's the big surprise that's coming in 2021 for the chosen ones. And a lot of people who are waking up, they're going to detach even further. I am. I won't be using most of these apps I'm using right now because I'm realizing a lot of them were designed to distract me from what I'm really here to do on the planet. Some of them can be great. Like YouTube is a great website. But even YouTube, I'm not on YouTube 24/7. I just use it to put out messages. Laura Louise, shout out to you. Shout out to Mary Ann Knox. Shout out to everybody here. I want to tell you of this, deep divers, that there's a Mexican proverb which says, they tried to bury us, but they forgot we were seeds. And that's what's happening on the planet right now. A lot of people are starting to germinate. A lot of people, they're starting to grow, just like the rose that grew from the concrete. They're starting to grow. And it's taken this for a lot of people to wake up, which can only be seen as a great thing, can only be seen as a wonderful thing. Shout out to everybody here who's in the chat. Let's just raise the frequency, deep divers. Let's go 80s. We had to just raise the frequency. Shout out to everybody here who's having a good time. We're having fun on the live stream, Deep Divers. What's the name of the song? I got a lot of 80s tracks, a lot of 80s songs. I also got a samba song, right? I'm going to put up a whole playlist on YouTube. I'll do that. One love to everybody here. So many wonderful deep divers here. So many wonderful deep divers. Let me give a huge shout out to Anna. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ralph, for being so smart. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and loving kindness with everyone. Thank you for your great support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Anna. I appreciate you, Anna. Thank you so much, Anna. Shout out to Tika Gilliam. I appreciate you, Tika. Thank you for your energy. We feel it and give back to you. Take that, take that, take that. I appreciate you, Tika. Shout out to Tika. Shout out to everybody here. And what I want to remind you of as well, because Tika just reminded me. You're here for me, I'm here for you. And that's how life should always work. You're here for me, I'm here for you. We have to be here for one another. I'm always here for deep divers because a lot of deep divers are here for me. I know that. I know deep divers have got my back. I got your back. If we can learn how to be here for one another, if we can learn how to be here for one another, we can change everything. And we always have to remind ourselves of that. You are not insignificant. The truth is, you are powerful beyond measure. You are not insignificant. The truth is, you are powerful beyond measure. When you realize this, everything changes. You've never been insignificant. The truth is, you've always been powerful beyond measure. So let's never forget that. Let's never forget that we're extremely powerful. And that's the big surprise that's coming. I'm only one person, deep divers. I'm inspiring millions of people. It only takes one person. See, if you go back in history, it's only ever taken one person to really change things. It's only taken one idea to change things. And that's why they have been trying the internet, Google, which is the artificial god, has been trying to censor information. Because information is powerful. It can help someone wake up in a few seconds. The right information. It's like the right food. Shout out to everybody here. We're just having fun, deep divers. I want to remind you of this, that right now on the planet, refuse to be isolated. Right now on the planet, refuse to be isolated. Right now on the planet, refuse to be alone. Refuse to have your freedom taken away from you. Refuse to be silenced. Because, you see, the more you accept, the more you acquiesce, the worse it becomes. And right now it's a test for everybody just to stand in their power. Right now it's a test for everybody just to stay free. In many countries, shout out to everybody here who's diving deep, the worst form of torture is isolation. That's the worst form of torture. And right now you have to make sure you're not isolated. Make sure you can reach out to other people. That's essential. One love to everybody here, deep divers. I think we got to raise the frequency even more. We got to raise the frequency even more. shout out to everybody here who's just joining us. So I want to remind you, deep divers, that right now, what's happening is a huge paradigm shift. Huge paradigm shift happening right now on the planet. Paradigm shift 2021, let's talk about it. Paradigm shift 2021, let's talk about it. And we can see the paradigm shift already happen. Day by day, we can see the story unfold. Day by day, we can see many human beings wear face masks, and we can see the world as we know it be changed in front of our eyes. And it's because of a paradigm shift. I did the whole video December 21st, right? Let me actually take a look at that video, right? Let's do the whole search on YouTube thing, okay? Let me search that video, because I just put out videos. I don't even go back to them, deep divers. But let's just put out this video. Okay. So I did the whole video. December 21st, 2020, the world officially ends. Huge shock. And the video's almost got 500,000 views. Almost 500,000 views. And nearly 10,000 comments. And there's a reason for that. Because a lot of people in their subconscious mind, they're starting to say, it's time to wake up. Very good video. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. December 21st, 2020, the world officially ends. Huge shock. So I want to remind you, deep divers, that right now, it is time to be free. Right now, it is time to be prepared. Right now, it's time to choose love over fear. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody here in the chat. I see you. Paradigm Shift 2021. On the bottom of this, it says, become your greatest version. Shout out to all the amazing deep divers, one love. You see, a lot of people every single day, and this is why I give you solutions. Their mind is taken by something else. Their attention is taken away by something else. And what helped me to spread my wings, deep divers, what helped me to live my best life, was to learn how to pay attention, was to learn how to occupy what's happening in the here and now. And that's a secret. Always make sure you're present, especially in a paradigm shift like this. You don't want to be distracted out here. You want to make sure every single day that you are truly present to everything that's around you. See, many people don't want to be present. Many people would rather just distract themselves. That was me along my early journey. And that's how you get controlled. It's the mousetrap. The cheese is there and you took it. easiest bait for you to take. So with a paradigm shift, which is also a beautiful thing because it's a whole new world, what happens is that now this is an opportunity for you to level up in every single area. It's an opportunity for you to level up in every single area. I'm doing live streaming and I'm making videos every single day in nature. But I said, wait a minute, making videos in nature, that's like what I always can do. I want to challenge. I want to learn how to live stream. And now I'm going to the next level. It's a paradigm shift. So we have to take this theme of paradigm shift and apply it into our own lives when it comes to venturing into the unknown and entering a new frontier, which the world is heading into right now. Shout out to everybody diving deep. One love to everybody here. You said the audio was lagging. How's the audio right now? Shout out to everybody here. Sounds good to me. The audio back, probably because I was doing the screenshot. Shout out to everybody diving deep. So I want to remind you, deep divers, audio good now, that's fantastic. I want to remind you, oh, we're back, deep divers. You see, the news never stops. The news never stops. Every day they got a new story for you. And therefore, the solution for all of this is that we got to have a new story for them. What? Slow motion this side. We got to make sure that we have a new story for them. You want to be making sure you're using these platforms to give out a message. You want to make sure that you're talking, you're speaking up. Shout out to everybody here. If you're on this live, once again, hit the like button to beat the algorithm. I repeat, if you're on this live, hit the like button so we can beat the algorithm on YouTube. Paradigm Shift 2021. Shout out to everybody here. If you're on this live, hit the like button so we can beat the algorithm. And let's just go 80s. we're back. Paradigm Shift 2021. Shout out to everybody here. Everybody who's been diving deep. And that's the thing, deep divers. This is so great to see. So many people, so many amazing souls truly finding their power in this paradigm shift that's happening. Oh, the animation is serene. Once again, deep divers, let's give thanks. You see, I'm in a situation right now where I can share freely. And it's because I had to learn how to give thanks. And we must always do that. Never forget to do that. Never forget to give thanks. Let me give thanks to Sabrina. Let me give thanks to Sabrina. Sabrina Marie. Angelical 93. I appreciate you. I connect to you every day through your videos. I love supporting you because you support me, past life friend and mentor. Thank you. Absolutely. Like I say, deep divers. Wonderful there. You support me, I support you. Shout out to that wonderful soul. Shout out to everybody here who's diving deep and just joining us. Get ready, 2021, a big surprise is coming. It's the paradigm shift, deep divers. That is truly here on the planet right about now. You know, a lot of people going to the supermarket and being told to wait. Has that happened to you, deep divers? Like there's a square there that says wait here. That's the paradigm shift. That's a symbol that you better wait here. In other words, even just a simple task as going to the supermarket now is a big chore for a lot of people because they got to wait here. I went to the supermarket once and I had to queue up. I said, what on earth is happening? That's the paradigm shift happening in the matrix. And it's only going to get worse if you're there. That's why I chose to leave. And ever since, it's been fantastic. Shout out to everybody diving deep once again on this chat. You are appreciated, deep divers, sending you all good energy. Much love to everybody who's diving deep and finding their power right about now. You are appreciated. What are you doing yourself, deep divers, with everything that's happening on the planet? This is where I ask you, what are you doing? What are you doing to be free in a time like this? What are you doing to be free in a time like this? How are you empowering yourself in a time like this? You see, when you don't know these questions, you're going to be controlled. So every single day, ask yourself, what am I doing to empower myself in a time like this? What am I doing to free myself in a time like this? What is my exit strategy? Because if you don't know, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. One love to everybody here in the chat. I got to give a huge shout out to everybody who's diving deep once again. Give a huge shout out to everybody who's feeling alive once again. If you haven't got the new book, Deep Divers, go and get it. Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Very important book. Make sure you get it. make sure you also get the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. You know, feel alive is the theme, deep divers, of everything I'm doing. We want to make sure we are feeling alive. We want to make sure we are empowering ourselves every single day. So many deep divers here. I'll probably go live again tomorrow with the same topic. Following my destiny instead of my lies. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Following my destiny instead of my lies. Absolutely. It is time to take back our freedom to travel the earth and explore it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, that's the thing, deep divers. Like I say, I'm always happy to share. Always happy to share. And I want you to remind yourself that right now, we have to support each other. Right now, we have to support each other more than ever. Shout out to everybody diving deep once again. There was a girl on TikTok who actually staged, and this is huge, deep diver, she actually staged a fake kidnapping. Now, when I heard of this story, I said, oh my gosh. And someone actually shot her to death in the process. So we have to remind ourselves that social media, if it's not handled the right way, it can be detrimental to your health. There are people literally killing themselves over pranks, over all of these things. And we have to remind ourselves to be free. Kiara, thank you for being there and speaking the kind of truth that is deep and really absolutely amalgamated to all that's love and light. You are love. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. One love to everybody diving deep. Like I say, deep divers, give thanks every single day. Give thanks that you're able to be living in a time like this, that you're able to have your 2020 vision. Be giving thanks that you're not somebody who's just falling for everything that's being put on you right now. I'm sending everybody here lots of good energy. I'm just enjoying to read the chat, deep divers, in live time. Make sure, deep divers, you are truly ready for this paradigm shift that's on its way. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you're learning how to grow your own fruits and vegetables, but also make sure you're doing your own research. That's key. You see, one thing I had to learn about is that, and this shows me the paradigm shift. You know, I'm making videos every day in nature. I love to make videos in nature. But at the same time, live streaming, you can get information out even quicker. And it's even more impactful to live stream because it's in live time. People can see you. So this is why I'm saying with the paradigm shift, we all have to step up our game. See, it's easy for me just to do a pre-recorded video and put it out there in 4K resolution. But to live stream, that's a whole nother ball game. But I had to learn how to do it. And now I can help with the awakening even more. So always remind yourself that you can use these tools to get out the message. If you haven't done a YouTube live stream, start a YouTube live stream. You see, this is how you level up. This is how people get awakened. Because the news are always live streaming, always putting out misinformation. Like I said, deep divers, you're going to have many people in your own family who may fight you. Many people in your own family who will fight you with what's coming on the planet. Make sure right about now you are in your truth, and don't allow fear to get in the way of your happiness. And then you'll just say, "Feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there?" Oh, we had fun, deep divers. I'm having fun every day. Like I say, much love to everybody here. And I'll go live again tomorrow, most probably, but it's going to be a lot earlier. So make sure you join us. And like I said, deep divers, you know, if you just came in on the live, go and watch the entire video because you got a whole lot to watch. One love to everybody here. Make sure, deep divers, you always give thanks. You see, that's the thing about giving thanks. I was grateful to my mentors. That's why I got a YouTube Gold Award. That's why I'm in this position to inspire millions of people. That's why I'll always be healthy, wealthy, full of abundance. I told you, there's something about paying it forward. There's something about giving gratitude. There's something about giving thanks. And to all the people who gave thanks, you are appreciated. That's the reason why my life is fantastic, and it will always be amazing. So ask yourself today, did I give thanks? And if not, ask yourself, why didn't I give thanks? And then look at your own life and then see why it's like that. Right? So like I say, giving thanks is the reason why I'm here and why I'll always be here. You know, gratitude is a part of my genetic code right about now on the planet. It's a part of my genetic code. One love to everybody here. One love to everybody who's ready for the paradigm shift. Let love guide you, not fear, deep divers, always. Let love guide you, not fear. Once again, if you're on this live, smash the like button to beat the algorithm. They've been hiding videos. They've been censoring videos. So if you're on this live, smash the like button so we can show them that people are awake, the chosen ones are aware, and we already won. 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 Deep divers, one love to you. Shout out to everybody. Like I say, make sure you are here for the live early, because we're always diving deep. One love to everybody here. It's only ever love and fear. It's only ever love and fear. And let me just dive into the new video I put out. Let me go over it because we ain't finished, deep divers. We ain't even started yet. If you haven't seen my new video, how to be patient, everything is aligning for you. Go and watch it. I wrote this down. There is a huge energy shift happening for you. Money will find you. Love will find you. And love and life will turn out better than you expected. That's what's happening for me every single day. Make sure you are in alignment with what you came to do on the planet, and you'll be taken care of. You'll be taken care of. You see, every single day I wake up and I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I'm choosing to do this. I said this. I'm in the perfect place because I chose it. What? Slow motion this side. I'm in the perfect place because I chose it. So you want to be able to say that every single day. I'm in the perfect place because I chose it. Right? Always remind yourself of that. You want to be able to say, I'm in the perfect place because I chose it. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody here. One love to Kevin. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Kevin Howard. One love, one life, one humanity. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how it always has to be. That's how it always has to be. That's how it always has to be. Shout out to you, Kevin. Shout out to everybody here. Like I said, deep divers, this is just the start of it. We have a lot more to dive into. We've got a lot more to talk about. So keep diving deep. Keep diving deep. Keep being free. Most of all, let's go 80s. Let's go 80s. Let's go 80s. One love to everybody here. Deep divers, like I say, we'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah. One love to everybody. Deep divers, you are appreciated. Thanks for joining me. And I'll see you tomorrow. Another live stream. Like I said, we got a whole lot to talk about. Life is good. Gratitude, deep divers. Gratitude. One love to everybody here. One love.